that's fully prepared for, what we're going through in the world right now. Um, and at the same time, I think you weren't here for the very first one, right, Phyllis?
No, no.
So what I highly recommend from what you just said, it would be useful for you to go back and watch the first one from, I think it was 326.
326, I will, promise.
The title
Okay.
of it is Stay Calm, Stay Healthy.
Okay.
So there's actually not just one virus, there's two viruses. Okay. One, we can't necessarily do anything about unless you're a doctor working on a vaccine or something along those lines, immunity to it. But the one that I'm working on is the thought virus. So, and that we all have the ability to boost our immune system to the thought virus aspect of this, the fear, the problems, so in that first video, I really was helping people in the fact that it's every problem is a seed for an opportunity. So it's not to be opportunistic to take advantage of the situation. Like there's a lot of people out there doing that, in the early days of this, charging way too much for rolls of toilet paper or whatnot and hand sanitizer and all kinds of crazy things that you just couldn't get. That's a different kind of opportunity. But, like even Ed, just being a businessman, he was selling masks. He sells weights on the side. So, he was looking at, okay, so my main business of selling homes, that was kind of closed, but what else can I do? Right. So entrepreneurs look for the opportunity in the situation that, what is an entrepreneur? An entrepreneur has a business so that there's needs that people have. And if you can fulfill that need, then you make money doing that. That's the nature of business. So it's that kind of opportunity that we all have within any problem in your life. So it's really about shifting that mindset from, oh, this is a problem, to where's the opportunity and how can this turn into something good? So one of the first things, I have a coaching client, and when this first hit, actually before the virus hit, she became unemployed. So she was supposed to get all this money from unemployment or whatever, and a package, that the company gave her when they laid her off. And she was going to be okay for a little bit. And she was looking around for new jobs. She had a bunch of prospects and whatnot. And then the virus hit, and the whole world shut down. So her prospects of finding a new job, people that were employed for years were kind of out of work temporarily or working from home or whatever. So, then she was waiting for the unemployment money to come in, and it just didn't come in. But what she started to look at is she's been looking to start her own business, and now she's got the time to do that. So she went through my core coaching program, and then she's ready to start her business. And by the time she finished the core coaching program, she got the money, like all the back pay from unemployment. And what she wasn't even expecting was that they put in like an extra, I think $600 a week or something like that from the federal government contributed to the state unemployment.
Nice.
So she not only had money, but she had like a blast of money to now start her business. So for a lot of people, it's a problem that they were unemployed, but people that were unemployed before this, and I have another client actually who was unemployed for just before this also, she had already started a business. The financing has been a little bit of a problem for her, but she's taken the time to really research and do her homework and get everything in place so that as soon as, because she's got more of an interactive business. So, there's lots of people finding opportunities within this, even just to be able to do hobbies, or, people were saying someday, some way, somehow, if I only had the time, I'd love to do this, and now they found themselves with nothing but time. So, you know, if you look for problems, you'll find them. That's kind of one of my mentors' mottos. You know, the flip side of that is if you look for solutions or if you look for opportunities, then you'll find those. So, so that was kind of like the long way around to come back to you, Phyllis, and say what could be an opportunity for you with all this going on?
Am I supposed to answer that?
If you want.
No, just for me, yeah, my opportunity is just find new sources for information. I was even taking Spanish lessons for a few weeks on, online. Uh, there's a group that meets in Florida. I can't go to that group. They meet once a week, and she's doing it on Zoom. So the upside, I'm able to be part of the group, even though I'm in New York. I'm
Right.
fine. I'm a painter, so I've always got that as a background. You can tell my stuff's all over my
Right.
studio here, so that's always there
You've
for me.
got time to be creative.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
And then I'm spending also a lot of time where normally maybe I'd go out of state for a workshop or whatever. I don't have to. I just go right on YouTube and have a couple of people that I admire, and I'm always learning about my art. So, and then there's art lectures, and it's endless. The whole world is on this machine. It's great.
Right. I mean, for myself, I found that the world has gotten a little bit smaller,
Yeah.
in a sense that since we can't necessarily go to all these places, but now we can go anywhere, via Zoom. We can be, I'm doing a class, for the last 7 weeks in Australia, and I didn't have to leave home to do that.
It's amazing, isn't it? Yeah.
So it's really cool, and it's really just built a bond with my associate that I'm working with there, and he does live trainings, and they had something planned that, everything was opening up there, and now they, I just saw in the news today actually even, but he told me before is that, Australia's shutting down again. They're really going on a major lockdown.
Is it? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. What a shame.
Lots of new cases, and Florida, I think also, and
Bad, yeah.
a couple of other states. So I don't know.
So I got involved in my house project here. If you remember, I said I'm like a Leo, so you don't leave me in the house. Let me get out of the cage. And all of a sudden, I feel safe here. And so my attitude about my home is changing. I'm in the midst of a renovation. I have a new roof just put on, and they started siding my whole house. And of course, one thing leads to another. So I'm spending my time on a vision board, of things about how to, okay, after the siding is done, what do I fix next? On the exterior and the landscaping and things that I've kind of neglected. I mean, the inside of my house is fine. It's the outside that I would like to update, like I said, the landscaping and pavement and stuff like that. So I'm doing that,
Cool.
And usually I love traveling. I don't like being home. Like I said, I like to travel. I'm not traveling now, not for a while. So I'm rethinking. So what do I hope to get to? Maybe get more in touch with this attitude that I have and keep, going in the right direction, staying safe,
So the interesting thing that I've seen also, through different clientele is it's kind of leveled the playing field in some ways. Like my associate in Australia has a client who's a billionaire, and right before the virus hit and everything locked down, he had gone with his wife and their, I think, 4-year-old child to the Philippines. And then the virus hit and they locked everything down. And he's actually been locked in a hotel room with his wife and his son for 3 months.
Oh my goodness.
They brought them food, they brought them water, they brought them everything. So, so it doesn't matter how much money you have. It doesn't matter how many businesses you have, how many people are counting on you. It kind of like really humbled, and he was a pretty humble guy to begin with. And
that's a long time.
I've done like personal hypnosis sessions with him, and he's a really great guy, young guy too, actually. But it's he's kind of like stock, that it's a level playing field. And then other people, my other business is more in the really high-end architectural millwork. And, there's people who have houses out in the Hamptons, and they're renovating their houses now like crazy. And I was talking to this one guy and saying, why are they all going crazy renovating their houses? And he says, well, normally they only spend 2 weeks a year at that house. Now they're stuck there for like months.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, why did I never refit this kitchen? Why did I never put in an entertainment unit? Why didn't I ever put
Yeah, yeah.
throughout the house,
Rethinking.
internet here, and it's because they were really just there for a week or two out of the year and having parties, so all they needed was a bar and a pool and a place to serve food, so, but now they're rethinking everything. So, it's really interesting how it affects different people differently.
So how is it affecting you?
I'm busier than I've been in like months, like really just like crazy busy. I'm trying to hire people and I can't find people to hire, which is crazy. But my friend Julie, who's not on tonight, she actually got me a couple of leads for people that look pretty good. One guy I'm having a conversation with now, so that'll free me up a little bit.
As a hypnotist you're looking for, is that it?
No, it's for my other business.
Oh.
So, right now the hypnosis business is good. It's pretty much for the last, I don't know, 8 years or so been surviving on word of mouth and just interacting with people, and different events that I've done have brought people in. People find out about me, through, mostly
Mark,
word.
Mark, are there any new people tonight? Because I put you on my Facebook page.
I don't
So,
see
do we have any new people?
any new people tonight. No.
I said it was Thursdays free for the month of July.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe that would help us, but maybe next week.
Okay. Well, we're going to enjoy it for us.
What are you looking to hire? What are you looking to hire people to do?
I need people that know how to make cabinets, like really, really high-end architectural millwork. But I'm going to teach them a different aspect of the business so that they can take over what I used to do, which is more along the lines of drafting and not necessarily design work, but they have to know how to build the cabinets, because there's cabinet shops and contractors that I have connections with that they need shop drawings. So totally separate entity, which for years I keep trying to get out of that business, but it just, it keeps getting busier. So I guess that's a blessing. So I'm very grateful for that. But it's not where my passion is. My passion is in the hypnosis and the coaching. And I really need to get that automated, because in the next week or so, I'm launching my new business coaching program, which is going to incorporate my personal breakthrough program for business owners. And then it's going to be, ongoing coaching with them. So, the goal is to, initially when I meet with someone, I can help them find an additional $10,000 to $50,000 in their business without spending an additional penny on marketing. And the woman that I worked with yesterday, I found her in less than an hour, found her $12,000 in additional profit. And this is a business that brought her in 5,000 gross last year as a side gig, and $3,000 a profit. So she went from 5,000 gross to $3,000 a profit to 25,000 gross with 15,000 a profit. So, but what it did is it opened up her eyes to say, well, okay, so that's as a part-time business. if I put some effort into doing it as a full-time business, which she has 2 or 3 clients lined up right now that could easily take her into that, then, then she can really scale it and be making, over 150,000 in net income. So this is really what I'm passionate about, because I can help people to do that. And, or I could do a drawing of a cabinet. So it's really not a comparison in my mind as to the impact that I can have on people in the world. And even
Anything we can do to help, like Joanne said, you can put something on Facebook or anything like that,
yeah, I'm going to put the word out when I launch that. And, I would appreciate any referrals on that. And I will.
We're your groupies, Mom.
I'm sorry?
We're your groupies.
Yeah. I appreciate that. So for tonight, my promise was to help you find that off button. So it's like, we got so much going on. We got all, the world. It's just, even though we're home a lot and it's quieter maybe than normal, but there's other stressors. There's people reaching out. And, one of the things that I think I've heard a lot of people being mindful of is when you are stuck home, there's other people who are stuck home also. So, the old commercial for the phone company is, long distance, it's the next best thing to being there, right? So, now is our opportunity also to reach out to people that maybe we haven't spoken to in a while, maybe people that, forgot about us, or we kind of forgot about them for a little while, or life got in the way. So, so this is your opportunity to kind of like stop and turn inward for a moment, but then take that energy and, recharge so that you can put it back out into the world and reach out to people who might not have the resourcefulness that you have. And you can, you'd be surprised how many people you call and they say, you know what, I'm sitting here alone. I was bored. I was going out of my mind, and I'm so glad you called. And it turns out to be like the best connecting call you've had, and when you do that, it's a win-win. So anyone else have anything that they want to get from this evening, in addition to just relaxing and pressing that off button? Silence. Okay. So we're going to jump in and we're going to do, I'm sorry? Did you have a comment, Linda?
Oh, no,
Oh, okay.
not at all.
I can ask a question, I guess.
Okay.
One of the problems is those of us who are living by ourselves or alone, and that, that loneliness. I mean, I don't know if you can incorporate that into the session, but I don't know if I'm the only one that feels this way. But being isolated and living alone, it's got any other problem to it, or allows, a feeling that makes you feel lousy.
I would have to agree with Phyllis. I'm sorry.
Phyllis, I'm in the same boat.
I know.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm in the
Phyllis.
same boat too.
I am
There you
too.
go.
So definitely the loneliness. I'd love to be able to conquer that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Me too.
So, there's 2 aspects to loneliness. One is,
Glass half empty, glass full.
I'm sorry?
It could be with somebody annoying the hell out of you too. So being lonely ain't so
That's a good point.
Some people are grateful to be alone. Sometimes.
glass half empty, glass half full. Well, do I need this person annoying me every day and driving me crazy, or do I like the loneliness? Hey, look, maybe get a pet.
Oh, I happen to be very good at annoying myself.
That's a problem.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't tell myself, go to the other room and don't talk to me.
You got to get a nice mirror for that, and you go, you know, it's like crystal ball. You can talk into the mirror, and if you answer yourself, you know you're in trouble.
Right. So, so the two aspects to, to loneliness is, there's the aspect of being alone, right? Which I can go to like a neutral state for myself, and I'm okay with being alone. There's always plenty for me to do. But I'm also a very kinesthetic person. I like, physical touch. So even the people that I've seen, like I naturally just reach out to shake hands, and at best they like bump elbows or something like that. So it just feels weird to be disconnected even when you are face to face with other people. So
You've got 6-foot long elbows?
6 foot long elbows, yeah. I, these are, a lot of close friends, and, my, my, my best friend's son graduated college, and he's looking at me, I'm looking at him, and I just walked up to him and I gave him a big hug. And I go, I hope you're okay with that. He goes, well, it's too late anyhow, but it's like, if I'm going to get sick from him, so be it. And, he felt the same way too. I know him since he's born. I was there the day he was born. So, there's different levels of interaction we can have, but really the biggest connection that I've found is, go through your phone book and find someone that you haven't spoken to in a while, right? We just saw out of 6 people on this, 6 or 7 people on this, 8 people, sorry. Pretty much everybody was saying that they feel alone, right? So there's probably a lot more people out there that are feeling that also. So maybe as a way for compensating for your feeling alone, you reach out to someone who also might feel alone, and then you can at least connect over the phone, have a conversation, respark a friendship, and maybe even make plans that, hey, as soon as everything opens up, I don't know what it's going to take to go out without a mask, maybe like stage 61 or 63, I don't know.
Hey, by the way, anybody in the group that needs someone to chat with, I have a group that I chat with every day. So anytime you need to chat, Mark can give you my number.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Ed. So
Hey, hold on 1 second.
let me just, I'm going to pull up the music. I think the volume is already set. We'll see. Not showing me what level it's at.
Am I gonna be able to hear you when you start the music?
Yeah. I made the music lower because I did something the other day where I needed the music, and I set it at a level that was a little bit lower.
I hope so.
It's playing now, but I'm only hearing it through my computer because I just wanted to check and make sure that the volume wasn't totally off, because it looks like it's off, but it plays very, very, very ultra low for me, but for you guys, it should be super fine. So I'm going to, let me see if, I'm going to do something a little different. Give me 1 minute. So in the meanwhile, I don't know if everybody here has gone to the, instead of sending out the replays, I've been sending everybody a link to the YouTube channel, Circle of Excellence. And there's a playlist of the Personal Mind Trainer, which has the videos of all of the classes. So if you don't have the link, it's Circle of Excellence channel on YouTube. And then the playlist is personal mind trainer. And then that's all of the videos from these meditations. I don't have that on there. Okay. So I was looking to share something cool in the background while we do the meditation, but most people are going to have their eyes closed anyhow. So we'll just do the old whiteboard. Share the sound. Okay. I'm still hearing one person unmuted. No, looks like we're all good. Can everyone hear the music? Okay, cool. You can just you don't have to unmute, just give me a thumbs up, or I see Phyllis shaking her head, so. Okay, all good.
I can hear you.
So, I'd like you all to take a moment and just be aware of how you feel right here, right now. So, this is hypnotic mindful meditation. So I think I'm going to focus a little bit more on the mindfulness tonight and really help you to be present and to be in touch with what you're actually feeling. And that in and of itself can lead you into a very relaxed space, because within your body and within your mind become an interactive system that if your body relaxes, your mind will follow, and if your mind relaxes, your body will follow. And if you pay attention to your body, sitting still, right here, right now. And it's not about doing or not doing. And it's not about what you have or what you don't have in life. But it's more about who you are. So who you're being. To just be. So if you were to take a nice deep breath and hold it for a moment, and then as you exhale, just allow yourself to feel the exhale. Notice how it feels to breathe in deeply. Are you breathing in through your belly, or your mid, your upper chest? And if you need to, maybe just place your hands on your belly for a minute. So as you take another nice deep breath in, you can feel your belly push against your hands. Begin that real deep breathing from your belly as a way to really connect one breath to the next. Awareness of the next breath. That you can breathe in and out. And become even more in tune, in touch with your breath. And it's not about having any specific breathing style, as much as it is to use your breathing as a way to connect to fully staying present with that part of yourself. Sure, you might not be consciously aware of what it takes to breathe. And at the same time, you can have some conscious awareness of your breathing. And at the same time, that conscious awareness of your breathing can really allow you to stay focused right here. Now, the sound of my voice guiding you to stay present, to be, to simply be. There's many things you've learned, and there's still much more to learn. There's many things you've done, and there's still much more to do. There's many things that have happened to you, and still more will happen. And yet, here's your opportunity to take all of that doing and to contain it. And imagine as if you could put it in a box and leave it by the door, the doorway to your mind, so that you can enter an even deeper chamber within your own mind, free from all the doing of your daily living, free from all the thinking and learning of your daily living. And for you, it might not be an off button. It might simply be a pause button. Just take a moment and imagine what that would be like for you. What are some of the benefits of putting, if not all of that doing, on pause? To just stop and take time for you to really be in touch with how you're feeling. I mean, you might be sensitive enough to feel the vibration in your own body. Notice movement of energy within you, through you, or throughout all aspects of your living. In your body, in your mind, taking this time that you've made for yourself to have the opportunity to explore letting go, to explore stillness. And it might even be a space in your mind where you're totally alone. And yet it's okay. Because you're still connected. And for some of you, you might not feel the physical connection. And yet I request of you to explore this feeling. I mean, just take a moment, imagine that energetically you can physically connect to anyone or anything, anywhere in the world. There are people that do various forms of energy healing, and they can actually use their energy across space and time to heal people. People they've never even physically met or seen face to face. Sometimes they can just take a photograph and have a general idea of where this person is in the world and make a connection energetically in such a profound way that they can heal the other person. Not only can they heal the other person, they can obviously feel the energy of the other person. Because here's the thing, even in the quote-unquote real physical world, you've never actually physically touched another human being. Just purely scientifically, your hand is made of cells. And those cells are made of molecules, and those molecules are made of atoms. And those atoms have protons and electrons and neutrons. And they form an ionic field around your hand. Energy that's either a plus energy or a minus energy. So like if you took a magnet that was north and another magnet that's north and you try and push them together, you can never get those two magnets to touch. The same way that when you touch someone else and they touch you, it's really the energy field of their body pushing up against the energy field of your body, which is then picked up by neurological sensors in our skin, in our limbs, that transfer a signal to our brain that we equate as physical touch, but we never actually touched anyone or even anything. It's the electrical field around our body pushing against the electrical field of that object. So if all connection, even when traditional physical touch is not actually even touching anything other than your energy field is touching the energy field of that object or person. So how would it be to allow yourself, if you could just explore the possibility that when we're in close proximity, our energy field is very close to the skin of our body. But when you allow your mind, your body, and your energetic field to expand, then you have the opportunities to connect to anyone or anything, anywhere. And there are even energies from people that were once alive, that their energy is expanded out into the universe, and we can connect to that. because this morphic resonance transcends space and time. There is no amount of time that it takes to travel to the furthest extents of the universe. Time and distance mean nothing to this field of energy. And there's two aspects to this field of energy. There's an aspect that's generated from within you and expands out into the universe. And there's the energies from all over the universe that come to us and through us. So it's really just a matter of tuning into the right frequency often enough. You've had hints of being able to do this. Maybe outside of your conscious awareness. Or maybe there have been times where you become consciously aware. Or maybe you don't even need to be consciously aware to just feel it. Take a moment and think about the old cliche that a picture is worth 1,000 words. But if a picture is worth 1,000 words, how many words are within a feeling? How many words can even describe a feeling? I mean, at best, you can't describe it accurately. How many songs, how many books have been written about the feeling of love? And yet they pale in comparison to the actual feeling of love. And a lot of times we elude ourselves that love is coming from the outside in. When in fact that feeling is generated from the inside out. Because all love, on any level, is generated from within you. So in that sense, it all starts with self-love, loving yourself. And what I've found for you, that sometimes, in my opinion, it's best for you to relax and feel good about yourself. Simply because when you're doing this now, you're in the process of living into a future worth belonging to. You're taking the time to connect with yourself. And this connection to yourself is the most creative part of you. It's the most loving part of you. It's the most connected part of you. And it's the part of you that can connect to anything, to anyone, anywhere, anytime. And you've felt it before, have you not? Sure, maybe you didn't put a label on it. Or maybe you weren't even consciously paying attention to it. So just take a moment and remember. 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 time in your life, a situation where you really, really felt connected. Perhaps you felt love. Perhaps you even felt in love. So imagine that you could step into that feeling now, into the feeling of love, and just allow it. Allow it to soak in, and allow yourself to soak in to this feeling. And if you were to have any awareness of this feeling of love in your body now, just notice where you might feel it first. Notice the warmth of the feeling. Notice its shape or size or color. And just allow it to expand within you. Notice where this feeling moves to next. Feel moved by the feeling. Feel the movement of the feeling. Feel this energy in motion. Emotion of love and peace, relaxation, and feeling good. This is your opportunity to become aware on a deeper level of at least 3 things that you like about yourself. And if you really want to be bold, this can be your opportunity to think about 3 things you actually love about yourself. Become aware of this self-love that builds within you confidence, that comes from a level of certainty in who you are and what you're about to experience is a revelation, revealing to yourself your truest nature is love. Self-love. That you can share that loving energy with others. And they not only feel the love from you, but like a magnet and a piece of steel. The magnet takes a plain piece of steel and turns it into another magnet by aligning all the molecules to the same direction, the same vibrational energy. The same way your love gives the other person a loving feeling, and more importantly, gives them that feeling of loving themselves. And this love spreads like a wonderful virus, a good feeling that each and every one of us can pay it forward. First, by feeling it in yourself, expanding, and just be with it. Aware of what it feels like on at least one level, or perhaps many. Many of you might even have a conscious awareness, and either way, simply thinking about it helps it to be there, helps you to be here. The sound of my voice guiding you. And the really, really wonderful thing about this loving energy is such a positive vibration that it heals all mental, physical, spiritual, and certainly emotional aspects, so that any problems, any negativity, any lack is filled. Not just a little bit, fulfilled. Fulfilling your life, your destiny. To simply be. And to realize who you are. Realize who you are. In this state of loving yourself, this state of love. And at the same time, realize you're even more than that. So imagine every day in every way you're more and more of this pure love, fulfilling you, expanding from every cell in your body out into the world, so that anyone you come in contact with energetically feels this loving vibration coming from you, because it's so pure. And it's so true. Coming from so deep within. Transcending space and time out into the far reaches of the universe. And connecting to the people that you truly love in this world and beyond. And it can even become a connection that turns into an exchange of energy for you. And just feel that connection, that like when you touch something, your energy field is pushing up against that object. And at the same time, its energy field is pushing up against yours. So the realization is that you can't touch without being touched. And since all touch is between the two energy fields, and you can adjust your awareness to tune it in. And taking a moment for yourself to turn off the outside world and be deeply in touch with your inner field of energy, of love, and feeling good about yourself. Peaceful, calm, relaxing, wonderfully healing energies. Because what could be more healing than loving energy that you give to yourself? And when you're filled with the love for yourself, it expands out into the universe. Connecting you to your loved ones. The whole time you've been listening to this, you may feel that you still had some conscious thoughts distracting you. And that's okay. Because your other than conscious mind has learned this process and is in the process of developing this skill for you to use it automatically, naturally, effortlessly. I mean, imagine in a few moments when you open your eyes how you'll still be able to connect with the deepest amount of love from within yourself to your furthest loved one and beyond, no matter where they are or when they are. Because in a moment I'm going to count from 1 up to 5. When I reach 5, you can open your eyes and still be fully aware and fully alert and fully awakened to the awesomeness of this power that you have deep within and throughout all aspects of your living in the world in just this way. To go, to be still, right here, right now. So some say the Zen way is to be one with the universe, to feel that connection, to experience the physical world and non-physicality. To think of 3 people that you love, that even if you couldn't connect to them physically, you can connect to them energetically. So really what you've learned here tonight is not just for yourself, but even more for the people that you love, isn't it? Because you might have felt lonely or disconnected, but they might feel it even more. And now you've got an opportunity to reach out to them and to experience that connection when you're ready to awaken to it. With not just 1 or 2 or 3 or even 4 of your senses awakening to that reality now. But when you're ready, you can simply open your eyes and awaken all 5 of your senses, fully awake, fully alert, and fully aware of this wonderful feeling that you have within yourself and throughout the universe for all of time. Starting right here, right now. Simply by being mindful, aren't you? So welcome forward. All my great and wonderful guests and friends and groupies, family, right? I feel connected to each and every one of you right now, and I'm so grateful for you being here. I really appreciate you all. You know, there's a million other places that you could have been tonight, and you showed up here, and you stayed, and I can only wonder what your experiences were of that. And if anyone wants to share anything, or, you know, the goal was for it to be kind of beyond words. So.
Well, I feel totally calm and relaxed, and I want to thank you for giving us that gift. Thank you. And, I hope we help to keep you safe.
It will. Will definitely. You keep you safe, right? So here's the thing, when everything is out of control, there's still one thing that you can control. It's in the title.
Your mind.
Exactly. Your mind.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Mm.
So, and that can give you any level of certainty that you need in any situation that you need. I highly recommend go back and listen to that first
I will. I definitely will. Thank you.
recording. You'll get a lot from it. You really will.
Thank you.
Believe it or not, my ex-mother-in-law listened to it today. And she had nothing but positive feedback on her. She like there's like gems in there, you know, so because she's going through a tough time and she's in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
She had her daughter and her granddaughters with her for a year and a half. The three of them are now back in New York, which kind of leaves her there, you know, without them. And yet, you know, everything going on in the world, kind of everything shut down. So she was feeling very disconnected. So I was glad to be able to help her indirectly through a replay, you know, even though I've helped her directly with her business as well. So, you know, this is, to me, the biggest thing. And I grew up thinking that I was shy. And then I discovered the most wonderful thing is to be able to give to other people. But when you come from the right place and you have that feeling within you, you know, I've read hundreds and hundreds of self-help books. I could probably rewrite half of them. I've read them so many times. And yet one that stands out, the first one, was a book called Self-Love by Dr. Robert Schuller, who created the Crystal Cathedral in California. And, you know, it really is one of the key things to living, I believe, is that, you know, we want to love others. We want others to love us, but no one's going to love you more than you love yourself. And you certainly can't love anyone else more than you love yourself. So why not just start with yourself and focus on that and build that? And then that energy expands out into the universe, because you can't keep love in. You can't. It's going to show up. Even if it's not an actual smile on your face, your whole body will be smiling, right? And that energy is infinite. And anything that you feel going out, you also feel coming in. So you become a channel for that love and that connectedness. So I gave some people time to wake up.
We have to wake up. Okay.
Suzanne, anything you want to share? Joanne?
Well, you know, meditation is a bit of a struggle for me, like I told you last week.
Right.
And I didn't take you walking today. I stayed lying down on my couch. That's why I don't have video on.
Okay.
But I, you know, I was thinking a lot about the self-love and the people you asked us to think of 3 people that you really love. And just thinking about them and thinking about all the loving things that they've done for me made me really happy and fulfilled inside. So it was really a good session. Thank you.
Cool. So that connection is available to you anytime, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say anytime, I mean, you know, my father died when I was 19 years old, and I just turned 57. So it was quite a while ago.
Yeah.
And I can still feel his love.
Mm-hmm.
Connect to it. When I think of him, when I remember those feelings, right? So what are we doing? We're taking all those feelings and putting them back together, remembering them, right? And it brings up a feeling within us, but we create that feeling. The other person can do something or say something or act a certain way or touch us in a certain way, but how we feel about that is internally created.
Right.
So when you realize that, I mean, full on, and I've studied the field of neuro-linguistic programming, which really gets deep into the science behind it, But even just on a fundamental level, if you're creating that, then you don't need the other person to actually be there to create that feeling.
Right, especially when they're deceased.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But even, depending upon your beliefs about that, even when you're connecting with them, you're connecting to the essence of their vibration.
Mm-hmm.
And more importantly, in that memory, they were present. So you're transcending space and time and energetically going back to that feeling, which vibrates with them. They're part of that vibration. So even beyond their physical body, maybe even more so now, they're more of that energetic vibration than they were when they had a physical body.
Mm-hmm.
So, spiritually, we can connect maybe even easier.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a thought, my opinion. I don't mean to get all
No,
spiritual or
I
religious.
agree with you. I agree with you because I've been very, very close to my grandparents, and they were like second parents to me, and they're gone a really long time, and I still feel like they're with me all the time,
Right.
you
Do you have
know.
any,
And my mom died a couple of years ago, and she's always with me, always.
cool.
Yeah.
Do you have any physical objects that are like memories of them? Maybe,
Um,
some
well,
piece
I
of
have
jewelry or a piece of furniture or a piece of, like I have a
definitely,
vase
yeah,
of my grandparents, I have,
uh-huh. Jewelry,
yeah.
pictures. Mm-hmm.
So within those physical objects is kind of that energy, especially if it's jewelry that they wore for any
Right,
kind of ongoing basis. I
right.
mean, especially gold. Gold has a
Mm-hmm.
very, very magical quality. Do you,
Really?
do you know that the highest heat can melt gold, but it won't change its structure, won't change its molecular structure,
I
right?
didn't know that.
Highest amount of electricity will melt gold, but it will not change its molecular structure. The
Mm-hmm.
strongest acid in the world can dissolve gold, but it will not change its molecular structure. It goes into a solution at best, but it's still gold, right? It will melt it, but not change its physical structure. But
Mm-hmm.
if you put gold on your skin, it absorbs it and becomes part of your skin, and it changes the molecular structure and becomes the building blocks of the molecules of your skin.
Really?
So
That's interesting.
yeah, it's a combination of bio and energetic.
Mm-hmm.
But there's actually, I don't know about now with the price of gold the way it went up, but I remember, many years ago that they would have certain lotions. Actually, I had this one lotion that was like an aloe, like a really, really high quality aloe, and
Mm-hmm.
it had actual gold flakes in it that you could see. So I played around with it. I put it on my skin and I didn't touch it. And then I looked down a couple of hours later and the gold was gone. It had totally absorbed into my skin.
Wow.
And, in ancient Egypt, they used to take gold powder and mix it with oil and actually brush it on people. And then it would get absorbed into their body with the, the natural oils.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's certainly a way to feel connected
Yeah.
to them. Yeah.
So,
I'll have to go through the gold that my mother left. Not a lot, but just enough that I could wear. Because I used to wear her jewelry, and now with all the gloves and the face mask and everything, I don't wear jewelry anymore. But I used to wear her ring a lot when she passed. You know,
it might be fun
and
to play with doing it just for you,
yeah, it
even
made
if you
me feel
don't wear it, just hold it. hold it in your hand. Or
Mhm.
put it on when you go to sleep at night.
Yeah,
You might have some really cool dreams.
that would be nice. It certainly made me feel closer when I would wear her ring. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good to know. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So any other questions, comments, concerns, suggestions?
No,
Okay.
other than to say thank you again.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you all. Okay.
So you want us back next week or what?
Yeah, please come
I
back.
hope so.
Bring friends.
Yeah, like I said, if you could send out a blurb or something, we
I'll do
can
my best that between now
advertise a little.
and Sunday, I'll do my best to get some sort of flyer. I might create an event on Facebook that you can share a link to, or
That would
repost,
be great.
repost it on Facebook. I'm working on rebuilding my websites, creating a funnel, but I don't think that's going to be done by next week.
And Mark, what about seeing you live? What about the live meditation groups? You mentioned something about
Yeah.
across from the ice rink.
So I actually have to speak to him in the next couple of days, and
Mhm.
and hopefully next week I'll be able to make an announcement about that. So then we
Oh,
can
that
all,
would be great.
yeah, it's a great space. Energetically, I mean, just being there is just, I don't know.
It's a lot of space, a lot of open room there.
It's not a huge room. Not a huge
It
room.
feels, feels open.
Yeah.
And you know what too? I also think that if I'm in a live meditation group, I think I might be able to meditate easier, rather than on a Zoom call. I think I would, because I would feel everybody else's vibrations, and I'd really think that it would sink in better with me, you know?
Yeah. Well, you also get the energy of everybody else being in the room. So it's that
Right.
collective energy, and
Exactly.
there's no distractions. That's
Right.
the biggest thing. I always tell people leave your cell phone in the car, but at the very least, you're going to turn it all off and put it aside so you don't even hear it vibrate or feel it vibrate.
Mm-hmm.
And just that disconnect.
Yeah.
I said
Yeah.
that would have been a good thing to put into the meditation tonight, the off button on your phone, right? How many people, like I had a friend, she was so, it's like, I can't turn my phone off. What if someone tries to call me? I said, well, you're going to be in the middle of a meditation and you're not going to answer your phone, are you? No, I'm not. But I don't want them to think that that I hit the FU button, because my phone's off, it's like, I'm like, come on. So, the meditation, when I would go to the space and I would be a participant in the meditation, he would ask, did everybody turn their cell phone off?
Mm-hmm.
And I'd say no. And he'd laugh. He'd go, yeah, because you left it in the car. I'm like, exactly. And then this other woman would be like, I have like $1,000 iPhone. I can't leave it in the car. I'm like, how much is your car worth? You're worth, someone's going to steal the car before they steal your phone. Trust me. So she wasn't thinking about that. Now she's like, can I bring my car in? No. But
Find a seat for it.
yeah, I mean, but again, it just shows, if you want to worry about something, there's plenty to worry about. And if you want to be calm and relaxed, you can be, right? No matter what.
It's all choice.
It's your choice. Life is choice. That's my motto. And I'm sticking to it. No, I tell you, every client that's ever come to me for coaching, I do like 2-hour sessions just on their decision strategy. The whole program's really based about that, but there's 2 sessions that are really just strictly devoted to their decision strategy. And then afterwards, when people are done, or even, months or years later, I asked them what was the most profound thing that they got from the program, and it's always their ability to make decisions. And they're now advocates of life is choice. And I always challenge people, show me what's not choice, because there's really only 2 choices when it comes to choice. To be at choice or to be a victim of the choices of the universe, which is really a choice to be a victim. So really still a choice. I don't know how many people like Rush, but the line in their song is, if you choose not to decide, you still have made a choice. So even choosing not to choose is a choice.
Right.
So life is choice. And when you live your life as if life is choice, then you can steer the direction that your life goes into. So even if it wasn't true, it's a useful belief, in my opinion. So on that note, I thank you all. I am so grateful for you all choosing to be here tonight and stay with me and be a part of this. And I mean, I love this. I'm coming back next week.
Okay. Because we'll be here.
We'll be here waiting.
This is your group. I say that 100% sincerely. It's your group. And that's what I tried to do, that really, really interactive part tonight. Some of the earlier classes had a lot more interaction. Some of the middle classes had no interaction. Some of them just because people didn't want to interact, and some of them because I just was on fire and I had so much to teach, but it's always open for you to express what you want to get from it. That's my goal. This is for you. I do my own meditation. I get a benefit from this for sure, because the energy is channeling through me. I'm making this stuff up as I'm going along, but it's not coming from me.
Oh, are you? We didn't know that.
I have no script.
We thought it was all very well planned.
No.
That's great that you're able to do that. That's great. That's a talent.
He's like a rapper. The rappers make it up on
Or
the
improv.
Improv, right?
Yeah.
All improv.
Well, because it's all energy. It's really all energy. I live to the best of my ability what I'm doing my best to teach you. That's, and I hope that comes across.
We're very fortunate, to receive it.
Okay, so we are 2 minutes past 8:30. I'm on myself to end on time, unless anyone has any more comments. I wish you all a great night and a great week.
You too.
And you should be blessed with an abundance of health and wealth and love and joy and happiness and prosperity.
Thank you.
Okay.
Enjoy.
Have a good night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everyone.